Welcome to the Paywall Podcast, where we discuss paywalls and paywall strategies for news and magazine publishers. This episode of the Paywall Podcast is brought to you by Leaky Paywall. Leaky Paywall is the most flexible WordPress subscription platform. Find out more at leakypaywall.com, where you can download Leaky Paywall for free. And now for today's episode.
Today we're going to talk about how to seamlessly communicate with your readers with the right messaging at the right time. And this is really the secret to converting paid subscribers. The days of annoying pop-ups are fading away quickly and in favor of taking care of your readers, both casual and paid readers, when they're on your website. So today's topic on the Paywall Podcast, episode number 41, is targeted messaging. So let's go. I have outlined here 7 easy areas to talk specifically to your readers, one of which is brand new, and that's a brand new feature we have called targeted subscribe messages. Tyler, I know you're excited about this one. And I am too. We just released it, and we're gonna dive in. Hey, welcome, Tyler.
How's it going?
All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna step through. I have 7. I don't know if you have any others, but we're gonna touch on 6 of them, and then we're gonna dive a little deeper into the new feature that we have. And what I'm gonna do here is share my screen. So if you're actually watching this via video, you can see stuff. If you're on the if you're listening via audio, that's fine too. We're going to explain it all. All right. Number 1, this is the one we always talk about. It's the free registration. Why are you bringing up the free registration, Pete? Well, because you're targeting your casual visitors, the ones that come to you from social and Google, the ones that type in your URL directly. They don't have a relationship with you. And after an article or 2, you can stop them and say, hey, register. And what I'm showing off here on the T-Journey website is the new quick registers. If you haven't seen that, that one is just a simple short code that creates a free registration form. You can ask for an email address only. You can ask for an email and password. You can keep it short and sweet right in the message. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, since we're talking about free registration, I'm going to switch over to the My Account page. We have a short code. I don't know if you know this, but it's a Leaky Paywall short code. It allows you to target by subscription level. So a great application of this would be to drop the short code on your My Account page. And if somebody is a free registered reader and they go to My Account, it pops up a little message that says, hey, subscribe today for unlimited access, which is a call to pay for a subscription. And that's essentially a short code that does not show up unless you are a free registered level of subscriber. So that's just a quick little cool thing. Okay. Now, let's move on to the thing we really want to dive into, and that's our new feature, our new extension, targeted subscribe messages. All right, Tyler, what does this thing do?
Well, in short, it lets you show particular messages to particular people based on their subscription level, based on their payment status, based on the article type itself, and gives you a lot of flexibility over what you display in your subscribe message box.
Exactly. So you can target by category and tag. You can target by payment status, like if somebody cancels or something fails, you can show them a message. You can target by, what did I say? By subscription level.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 3. So subscription level, category, payment status. So we're looking at the back end of T-Journey here, and I have one actual setup and functioning message for the free registration. So now you know why I brought up the free registration originally. If you're running a free registration, you simply create a message that speaks directly to that free registered reader. So instead of like basically saying, hey, upgrade for full access all the time, you can now speak directly to this cohort of readers that are registered for free. So the language you use in the message, which uses the block editor, by the way, can be something like, hey, you're out of free articles, or thanks for being a registered supporter, but can we ask for your help, and pay for a subscription. So that, and when you use language that really focuses on the exact status of a user, of a visitor, of a human who's on your site, it rings true, right? It's more compelling. And that boosts your subscription numbers. So that's a really simple first step. If you do one thing, like after listening to this podcast, I would suggest, and you have a free registration, create a new targeted message just for those free registered readers. Okay, and as you can see here, I created a targeted message called free registration. The targeting is here. If someone's on the subscription level of the free registration, which is this one is, they're going to show the free registration targeted message. Another example would be show a message like let's say, I don't have another one to show here, but let's say you create a canceled or an expired message. Someone's card expires, right? And they're logged in and they get stopped by Leaky Paywall. And this because you're basically showing the second targeted message by payment status. If payment status equals, let's say, expired, then that new message that you create will show to the expired reader. So that message would be something like, hey, renew your subscription, right? So the person knows that that they are expired and that you should renew, which is kind of where they're at, like they might renew. Instead of a generic just subscribe message, now you can say, hey, renew. All right. So that would be another one while you're in here to quickly create. And what you can do is you can just reuse your existing subscription message and just change the copy on it. Just change the language. You don't have to do any heavy lifting here. This is all really quick stuff. All right, Tyler, any other ideas on this?
Yeah. So one thing that publishers run into sometimes is I have content. I mark it as always something that has to be on a paid plan, and someone goes to look at that and they see pre-registration messaging on that and they sign up and they still can't see that particular premium article because it's always for premium only people, and the free registration messaging isn't quite accurate for those articles. So one thing you could do is, if you have pieces of content that should always be premium, you could tag them as premium or put them in a premium category or both. And show a particular message that maybe does not include the free registration option for the ultra premium articles that always require a paid plan. So publishers that have, especially local news publishers that offer their flipbook PDFs, this is something that you could do to lock down those PDFs and tell people that they always need to pay in order to see the flipbooks, essentially.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. So if you're a publisher and you're marking content as premium, whether it's just select content or maybe it's a whole category of content, you just tag it or categorize it appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll have the message show up that says you have to pay, subscribe to get access.
Yeah.
Free registration.
Yeah. And again, these messages don't have to be, extremely different than what you're already doing. Like
Right.
for most publishers, it might just be a matter of removing a few lines of language and maybe removing a button that doesn't apply and going from there. You don't have to like create these from scratch.
Yeah. No, that's actually a great application.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, I like it. Let's see, anything else we can do with it? I don't want to drown people and things to do. I think those are, about 3 things you could do pretty quickly right in the targeted subscription messages area.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could, this thing is very targeted. So you could create hundreds of different messaging options in here that target based on all of these different qualifiers. And so over time, you can go crazy with this.
Yeah. And these are the messages that are the subscription nag, the subscription message. They show up organically right in the content, good on mobile. This is a very, very important area that when you stop people with Leaky Paywall, that's the message that's going to show for that.
Yeah. And there's no additional styling. There's no other, like it just fits right in as though you've created an additional subscribe message, which that's what you've done. Essentially, we're giving you the option to create unlimited subscribe messages based on different, users, whether they're in the Expire or whether it's on category based of content or what have you.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So we'll look forward to your thoughts on this. If you have an interesting application for this, we'd love to hear from you about it. Okay. So let's see here. That was number 3, targeted subscribe messages. I'm just going to keep going here. So number 4, something we've talked about before, but really good targeted message. It's called the conditional display notice. That's an extension we have. It creates a bar up. If you're watching this, there's a kind of a mustardy colored bar at the top. I've registered for free on TJourney and I'm looking at the website. Then this bar shows up saying, hey, thanks for registering, consider upgrading for full access. Again, you're targeting the free registered reader. Only free registered readers will see this. And it speaks directly to that person that's in that mode. That's the cohort. I registered for free. I haven't paid. But the message says, hey, consider upgrading. And as I'm coming back over and over to TJourney to read the content, I'm going to see this message. And it's pretty subtle. It's pretty elegant. And it works. So conditional display notice. That's number 4. Number 5 is our ad dropper extension. Now, ad dropper essentially lets you hide ads for paid subscriptions. That's its superpower. So it's we built this a few years ago as we couldn't find an ad plugin that we really liked in WordPress. They're all very heavy and complicated. So we built this very lightweight way to put ad zones onto your website and then fill it with whatever ads you want. Some publishers use it for network ads or regular ads, but the superpower here is you can put in subscription or membership messages all over your site and hide those if someone is logged in as a paid subscriber. So you can have that targeted experience where if I'm a casual or if I'm free registered, I'll see the subscribe messages. And I think this application is very nice. It's pretty lightweight. It's just in a sidebar, subscribe today. But if I'm logged into the imprint and I'm paid, I won't see this subscribe message. So that's another way to seamlessly take care of your readers.
Super handy to hide those in-house subscribe now ads when you're logged in. So
Absolutely.
clever way of doing that.
And just side note, consider if you offer a heavy-ish amount of advertising on your website, consider creating a premium plus plan to hide ads. And especially if you're a news publisher, we have news publishers that is succeeding with this. One of them we know gets about 10% of their subscriber base to pay 40% more. That's a chunk of revenue. That's like free money. So, don't be afraid to test it. People want to get rid of ads, and that's why 40% of the world uses ad blockers or something like that. Okay. So that's ad dropper. Number 5. Number 6 is another very, very simple targeting use case. It's a plugin called User Menus. It's not our plugin. It's a general WordPress plugin, but it's super handy. Want to explain that one while I stop choking and drink some water?
Yeah. So essentially what User Menus allows you to do is you can show specific menu items based on whether the user is logged in or logged out. So if someone is logged out, maybe you only want to show the login message and the subscribe option in the menu bar. But when they're logged in, you instead of showing logged in, you might show my account and log out. And you might drop the subscribe option on your menu bar when they're logged in. So this creates a little bit more of a personalized view of your site versus just putting up, a standard My Account button that is also the login and also the account. It just kind of goes along with everything else we've been talking about.
Yeah, you can be more communicative in your menus, and News Thump does use this. I was just signed in and it changed to My Account.
Yeah.
They use the word sign in. Login is a login link or a sign in link. Those are really important names for the action of logging in. Some publishers will have use My Account to handle the login, but people get confused with that because it's not really, if they want to log in, they're looking for login, right, or sign in, not My Account. So this makes the experience less frustrating for your user, more personalized, more targeted, for sure. Okay, so that's User Menus, the User Menus plugin, and then number 7 here, I'll touch on it a little bit, and that's targeting your free subscribed readers and your paid subscribed readers differently with your newsletter. Yes. So, and we're showing Small Boats here. This is their free newsletter to their free registered and casual readers. And really, what's the difference here? Well, and this is a nice from the archives. They pull a couple of articles from the archives. But if I scroll down the bottom here, this message shows on every newsletter, right? Join the Small Boats community, and you'll receive all the benefits, features, and benefits of subscribing. There's a big button for join Small Boats, and so in this free newsletter, they're always promoting their paid subscriptions. Always promoting their paid subscriptions, and it works. And if once you pay, you switch to their paid newsletter, which is really the same newsletter, but it doesn't have any of this promotion in it to subscribe. And your paid newsletter, an easy way to make it even more premium and make it a real value add for your reader to pay is to, basically publish full text in the newsletter. So the reader can conveniently read the text. They don't have to click to your website. They don't have to log in. That's a real value add and an easy way to create a premium newsletter. And then you're targeting your free readers and you're targeting your paid readers. in a very powerful way, because newsletters it's part of your superpower as a publisher, building that email list and directly communicating.
Yeah, and this is all built in. If you're using Leaky Paywall and you're using MailChimp, then you can do the segmenting of your audience based on the plan that they sign up for. And even when they stop paying, tags can be sent over to MailChimp to let you know that, they should now start receiving the free newsletter again versus receiving the paid. And if you're using, I always like to promote this, if you're not using MailChimp, you can always use our Zapier integration to do this with any Zapier supported, which is virtually every newsletter platform, ESP on the market. You could do the same thing. You could tag people based on their plan and do it that way.
Yeah, we'll send the Zapier integration will send all the Leaky Paywall subscriber data that you need into a system or from a system into Leaky Paywall.
That's right. Yeah, super handy. And whenever people update, like if there's an update in Stripe, and then there's a change, then that change can be sent through Zapier and can land in your choice of newsletter platform. So it's super handy, and you can really dial in on your tagging.
It's a good one. Zapier's a good one. I know you like that one.
I love it. It gives you a lot of flexibility, which is what I think we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
And I've got my Zapier set up doing all kinds of crazy things based on different conditions. So you can really the sky's the limit on it.
That's awesome. All right. So that was all 7 targeting tools, but I got a bonus tool.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got one more. This is really an idea. This is one that keeps cropping up over and over again, and it uses our new targeted subscribe messages extension. And the idea is we have a lot of publishers want to give away free subscriptions as sort of like a limited time free. You might be at an event or you might be doing a campaign like a referral campaign where like paid subscribers are going to give away like a free subscription to get new readers onto your list and into your system. So one of the ways that works really well is you create a hidden subscription level. Maybe I'm just as an example, maybe a 3-month subscription, which is pretty compelling. It's like a free 3-month subscription. And you can link to this hidden level and anybody can sign up. Now, so what can you do with targeting? Well, let's say Tyler, you pay for some subscription and you send me a link saying, hey, there's a free subscription for you, Pete. I say, oh, great. I click the link, I go and I register for this at this hidden subscription level. I get 3 months for free. That's compelling. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. That sounds great. And I'll get full access to the content. I'll get on the newsletter. Now, at the end of the 3 months, though, I get stopped, right? Like I get the message that says, I'm out of time. I'm out of, I need to upgrade. So with the targeted messaging now, you could create a special message for that subscription level that says, hey, thanks for, reading, such and such publication. We hope you've enjoyed your 3 months of access. Please consider, paying for continued full access and whatever other benefits you're going to give them. So, and I kind of bring this up because I end up in a conversation with publishers all the time. They're talking about how do we get more readers into the system? How do I like build and nurture those relationships with casual readers, and using your existing readers to share links, like a free subscription with their friends that they can email or post on social media or whatever. You want to bring people into your publication, and that's just a great application. And then you get to message them, exactly as you wish when their 3 months or whatever you decide to give them runs out. So, Okay, just a little marketing tip. If you've
Mhm.
stuck with us to the end, you can put that one to work. Okay, cool. That's it for today. I'd say go get the targeted messages installed. Go create a nice special message for your premium content for your free registered readers, and let us know how it goes. Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.
Till next time. Catch you later.
Thanks for listening to the Paywall Podcast. If you'd like to get in touch to discuss subscription strategy, go to leakypaywall.com. See you next time.